Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Yellowstone series finale, Rainwater and the Broken Rock getting the Dutton Ranch, and their potential franchise future addressed by star. Yellowstone star Gil Birmingham discusses the fate of the Broken Rock Reservation after the neo-Western drama concluded with Chief Thomas Rainwater, Birmingham, and his people reclaiming the Yellowstone Ranch, fulfilling a prophecy dating back to the Dutton family's arrival to the valley in 1883. At the end of Yellowstone, Case Dutton, Luke Grimes, strikes a deal with Rainwater to sell the land back at its original price. Now Dutton's ranch remains protected and under the stewardship of its original caretakers in a powerful culmination of the family's tense struggle spanning 5 thrilling seasons. In an interview with Screenrant's Grant Hermans, Birmingham opens up about the emotional gravity of his people's reclamation of the Montana land and its broader implications for the Broken Rock Reservation, reflecting on the significance of the land returning to its original stewards as a home that nobody can take away. Birmingham said the following. Birmingham reflects on the profound impact of the land returning to the Broken Rock Reservation as an opportunity for his community to reconnect with their deep-rooted relationship to Mother Earth. However, this will not be without its challenges. Birmingham shares his excitement about a potential Broken Rock spin-off, reflecting on the possibilities of diving deeper into Rainwater's journey and his trust in Taylor Sheridan's creative vision. The actor said, "The return of the Yellowstone Ranch to the Broken Rock Reservation is a sincere full-circle moment for the series." In Sheridan's 1883 spin-off, Spotted Eagle told James, the first patriarch of the Dutton family, "In 7 generations, my people will rise up and take it back from you." 140 years later, they took it back. Rainwater's acquisition of the ranch symbolizes a reversal of history that's rarely, if ever, seen in real life, with indigenous stewardship reclaiming the forefront. Nonetheless, Birmingham does refer to stewardship of the land as a sacrifice, echoing Elsa Dutton's narration at the end of the finale. Raw land, wild land, free land can never be owned, but some men pay dearly for the privilege of its stewardship. In doing so, the finale honors the narrative roots of Yellowstone. It also highlights Sheridan's commitment to exploring the complexities of land ownership and generational responsibility as it pertains to America's bloodied takeover of the West from its native inhabitants. However, Yellowstone's ending leaves numerous unanswered questions that could pave the way for new stories. Chief Rainwater's political challenges within the Broken Rock Reservation remain unresolved, particularly with Angela Blue Thunder's earlier attempts to usurp his position. The tribe's sabotage of the pipeline construction also raises ongoing conflicts with corporate and state powers. These unresolved threads are fertile ground for a potential spin-off centered on Rainwater and the Broken Rock community as a marginalized community now responsible for such a vast and historically significant piece of land. The Yellowstone finale provided a rare and satisfying resolution that offers a profound peek into the land's future. With the ranch in the hands of Chief Rainwater and the Broken Rock Reservation, Sheridan's drama honors the history of the American West in a way that does not shy from its troubled past. Birmingham's performance as Rainwater has been a cornerstone of Yellowstone's success, offering a nuanced portrayal of a leader carrying the weight of a complex and historic legacy. The Yellowstone finale closes a chapter in the Dutton family saga with a meaningful dialogue about the enduring connection between people and the land. By placing the Yellowstone Ranch in the hands of the Broken Rock Reservation, Sheridan offers a rare and poignant exploration of justice and hope for indigenous peoples in a popular franchise. A potential spin-off centered on Chief Rainwater would not only deepen these themes, but also provide a unique platform to celebrate indigenous leadership and storytelling, ensuring that the legacy of Yellowstone continues to resonate for years to come. As the sun rose over the sprawling Montana plains, the final chapter of Yellowstone began to unfold. Thomas Rainwater stood at the edge of a ridge overlooking the valley where the Dutton Ranch stretched endlessly. The weight of decades of battles, legal, personal, and spiritual, hung heavy on his shoulders. He had fought for his people, for their land, and for their right to thrive. Now, the culmination of those efforts loomed in the distance, the Dutton Ranch itself. The death of John Dutton had left a vacuum, not just within the family, but in the power structures of Montana. Case, riddled with grief and torn between his father's legacy and his wife Monica's pleas for peace, had finally made a decision. "I'm done fighting," he told his sister Beth the night before. "All this land ever brought us was pain. Maybe it's time it did something good for someone else." Beth, ever the strategist, had fought him tooth and nail, but even she could not deny the truth in Case's words. The Dutton family was fractured beyond repair, and the ranch, its soul, had become a battleground for forces far larger than themselves. It was a relic of an era that no longer existed. Rainwater's plans for the land were bold. He envisioned a partnership with the Broken Rock Reservation that would honor the sacred history of the area while embracing a future of economic prosperity. The casino had been just the beginning. Now, he saw the potential for a larger enterprise: ecotourism, sustainable agriculture, and even a cultural center that would educate visitors about the true history of the region, one that predated the Duttons by centuries. "Are you sure this is what you want?" Angela Blue Thunder's voice was sharp, but there was an undertone of concern. She had been Rainwater's fiercest critic and occasional ally, a relentless force of ambition. Rainwater nodded, his gaze steady. "This isn't just about me. This is about all of us. The Duttons held this land for over 100 years. Imagine what we could do with it in 100 more." Angela crossed her arms, skeptical but intrigued. "And you think the Duttons will just hand it over?" "Case is ready," Rainwater said. "Beth will fight, but even she sees the writing on the wall. They can't hold onto it anymore. Not like this." Down at the ranch, the atmosphere was somber. Rip Wheeler and Carter worked in silence, the weight of loss evident in their every movement. Rip, ever loyal to the Duttons, had struggled to accept Case's decision, but even he knew the ranch couldn't survive another war. Beth, however, was not one to surrender easily. She stormed into the family's war room, a rustic study filled with maps, legal documents, and photos of the ranch through the years. Jamie, her estranged brother, sat across from her, looking both smug and nervous. He'd come back into the fold, sensing an opportunity to carve out his own piece of the pie. "You're really going to let Rainwater take it?" Beth spat, her voice dripping with venom. "Do you think Dad would have wanted this?" "Dad's not here," Case said quietly from the doorway. His tone was firm, though his eyes betrayed the pain behind his words. "And if he were, he'd see the same thing I do. We're outnumbered, outgunned, and out of time. Rainwater's offering us a way out that doesn't end with all of us in the ground." Beth's hands balled into fists. "He's not offering us a way out. He's offering himself a way in." "Maybe that's not such a bad thing," Monica interjected, stepping into the room. "The Duttons have taken enough. Maybe it's time to give something back." The words stung, but they hit their mark. Beth's shoulders sagged slightly as the reality of their situation set in. This wasn't just about the Duttons anymore. It was about the future of the land itself and the people who would inherit it. By midday, Rainwater and a delegation from the reservation arrived at the ranch. The meeting was tense but civil. Lawyers from both sides hashed out the details while the key players, Case, Beth, Monica, Rainwater, and Angela, sat around the large dining table in the main house. Rainwater leaned forward, his voice steady and sincere. "This isn't about erasing the Dutton legacy. It's about building on it. Together, we can create something that honors the past while embracing the future." Beth's eyes narrowed. "And what's to stop you from turning this into another casino?"